Something I want to say just to start out this video is that this type of video is not about me bragging about how much money I may or may not have. The money that you're about to see in this video, more than half of it isn't even mine. I just happen to have access to it in order to do this. So, although I am trying to rack up a high score as far as money that I've done this to, I don't think that this movement, it has anything to do with how much money you actually have. Just how much money you've done this to. Okay? So, we continue with the In God We Rust campaign with this big chunk of change. I just counted it out. It is $1,009. And we begin. I kind of feel like Bob Ross when I'm doing this. You know, because he talks when he does his art. In God we rust. Now, on these $5 bills here, you see these first two, or they're different on the where the In God We Trust was. The picture's a little bit different. I don't know when they did that, when they changed the picture on the back of the 5, but don't really care. I just want In God We Trust taken off our currency. So, In God We Rust. And on to our 20s here, and make happy little clouds right next to the R, right over the T. Here we go. Last time we did a video like this, I was given the idea by my sister, because she uses where'sgeorge.com to track her money, even though she doesn't participate in this. She is actually a Christian. Ooh, get that over the T there. Happy little dots. Well, this time I have a new idea on how this can be more accessible of a form of social protest. I had the idea that this shouldn't be just an exclusive club of people who have currency going through their hands, or have access to currency that are going, or to go through their hands to be able to do this. I had the idea that maybe if people had some money in a bank account, you know, it doesn't matter if it's money that they can spend, just money in a bank account, they could go to that bank and withdraw the money, and then take it home, lay it out, do this to it, and then in the same day go right back to the same branch of their bank and turn all of the money back in. So to participate in this type of social protest, you wouldn't actually have to spend any money. You know, you don't have to lose this money. You could just turn it right back into the bank, and you could actually turn the same amount of money around multiple times if you wanted to. Sound like a plan? There's probably still somebody out there who has a job in retail that could just be doing this at the point of sale. They could probably rack up a total a lot larger than mine will be And for those of you who are worried about whether or not the currency that this happens to is spendable, I assure you that all of the last bills that I did this to passed for money just as good as any other money. Oops, turn that one upside down. Alright. So it's kind of the same thing as the markers that change color unless it's counterfeit currency. I actually don't know how those markers work, but I've seen black streaks on money. There's a pink streak right here on this one. Happy little dots. You can make whatever you can imagine. Bob Ross was such a prick. I mean, it was not that easy to paint that shit. Those fucking trees did not come off the brush the way he said. And I had the Bob Ross set of paints. Last row. Alright, so once again, I just want to stress that this is not to be an exclusive club. If you don't want to count the actual amount that you are marking, you could possibly count the bills, the number of bills you mark, and maybe you could break your bills somehow, getting change with something, and count all the ones, you know, as each their own bill, because they are separate occurrences of In God We Rust. So if you were going to go on the number of bills, I mean, this could have been 1,009 different times I did it, but it's not, because the majority of it is the $20 denomination, which is pretty much lost opportunities for doing this, because I didn't break all these into ones. But then we'd be here all day now, wouldn't we? There you have it. $1,009 of blasphemy.